What's up, everybody? It's your favorite customizer's favorite nerd, and for this edition of Simple Sunday, we are taking a look at a custom Star Wars Black Series Jacen Solo figure made for yours truly with love. Let me give you all the specifics. All the links will be in the description below. This was made for me by Havoc with a C, Customz with a Z, which you can find on Facebook. Obviously, that link will be in the description, as well as a link to pictures of some of his other works. Just as a heads up, Havoc Customz is like 4 guys. The member that made this for me, his name is Punch Drunk. So if you like his work and you want to look into getting something for yourself, and I can tell you he keeps you updated step by step on the process, gives you all the lowdown on all the pieces he's using, and does a terrific job, ask for him. And he's also a member of Mayhem Customs, which you can look into as well. So that covers all of the logistics of this. Now let me tell you how I came to know about this. So randomly I received in the mail a different custom as a gift, which is this guy, this Venom Pool, done by the same dude, the same folks. And I was like, oh my God, that's awesome. Like, and I'm not the biggest Deadpool fan and all that kind of stuff, but I recognize craft, you know, and I was taken back. The paint was very clean, but I was especially taken back by the tolerance of all the joints, because I know with a lot of the custom stuff, the joint rub becomes an issue, and I was just taken back by how well everything moved and how the joints didn't rub the paint. Very little, if any at all. So I contacted the dude, of course, and, you know, to say thank you and how impressed I was, and I was like, you know, what's up with a Jacen Solo, Mac? And we got going on a Jacen Solo, and now we'll take a look at some extra stuff with him and more about the figure itself. So he did this extra belt for him. I guess I could use it for Han Solo also, honestly. He painted, I think, everything. He may have just washed the belt, like the leather, with a heavy brown wash, perhaps even like almost close to black, but it looks really good. And then painted all the buckles, painted all the stuff in the pouches, painted all the metal doodads and whatnot, painted blue, and then washed this, the tip of that, and then painted some silver and little yellow accents on there as well. And the yellow is done extremely well, I might add. And then, of course, it's a working clasp, and the blaster is inside. And he dry brushed this with a silver. I think this brown may have been stock, but he may have painted that as well, and then he painted this silver barrel. So I was just like, you know, I didn't expect anything extra. I thought I was just going to get a base figure, which I was 100% good with, but he sort of threw this in as an extra. So that was very cool. So let's take a look at his work. Now, what I think this is, and he told me, but I got to go back through all of our messages because he sends so many updates. This is just the Luke Skywalker Bespin body. And then this head is a custom made by Jokabof, or Star Wars Geek Customs, if you can find him on eBay, Jokabofe. And this is a Winter Soldier head, and it works perfectly. Looks just like Jacen to me. Just like him. No issues. So we're not going to be going through the articulation, because if you want to do that, you can look at the Luke figure review from someone else, because I don't have it. We are going to look at the work done. That's what this is really about. So the head itself, the face is completely painted. The hair is painted and then washed. I can't tell if there's a subtle dry brush on it or not. I think there is. Like, I can see a little bit more evidence of it on this strand right here. But sometimes a dry brush can be way too heavy, and this definitely isn't that. It's just a very subtle one, if it's even there at all, which is good. The face is completely painted. The lips are actually shaded. The eyes are painted with a black like outline, and then the white, and then the eyeball, and then the pupil, and then the eyebrows are painted. So everything is done there. The head is on a ball hinge. The ball hinge is into the neck. Now, this is my figure that I wanted, and I'm not going to be going like putting this guy in, potentially putting any paint chipping and stuff on him. He said all the articulation should work as long as you hold tension, and it does seem to work. And I'll show you, like, you know, here's the elbow, no problem. You know what I mean? Same on this side, no problem. And the knees and stuff. I mean, everything works, but you know, I just don't want to cause any potential issue, because I do really appreciate the paint work done on this guy. So the entire suit has been painted because it was like a gray and now it's like an orangish brown, which is perfect. And he actually, when he was going to do the suit, he sent me a couple of pictures like, hey man, what do you think about this shade versus this shade or whatever? And, you know, very, you know, a lot of customer service. And then we have some gold little detailings painted, and then the whole suit is washed once again with a brown. And I want to say possibly double washed, at least in some places, because it really pooled in some of the wrinkles in some of the pants in certain places. Like there's really some heavy pooling. So yeah, it looks tremendous. And then we have the belt buckles painted. The belt itself is washed. All the doodads are painted black, gold throughout, you know, as needed. And he asked me if I wanted to go with a more Sith Jacen Solo or with the Jedi Jacen Solo, and I wanted him as a Jedi. You know, not full-blown Jedi, but just kind of like what you see in a lot of the pictures on the cover art of the books and novels and stuff, where he's pretty much just wearing a jumpsuit. So yeah, and then we move on to the boots, which are painted, washed, and I don't think these are dry brush, just painted and washed, which looks good. And then all the leather straps have been painted, and then the soles of the feet have been painted, and the shoes have been washed. And everything works, you know, but I'm just going to have him posed and on the shelf and be able to have Jacen and Jaina together, which is cool. But now, like, I'm going to be hitting him up again before you know it, have him make me a Ben Skywalker. And, I mean, I kind of want an Anakin as well, like an Anakin Solo. So I'm going to definitely, because I just don't think that Hasbro's going to crank out a whole lot of the EU characters, and a lot of the EU characters really feel like Star Wars to me, and I really want to have representations of them. Not all of them, but a fair amount. So yeah, tremendous work. We'll show him with a few of the other characters to kind of show that off, but it's really, I mean, honestly, it's just showing off at this point, but bear with me, I'm excited. So there the Solo family is together, you know, just missing Anakin, and like, that feels tremendous to me. Like, you know, even this guy will never know how much that means to me. Like, I love the Solo family. I'm taken back by it, you know. Or if you'd prefer them a little older. So yeah, ultimately it's really well done. I think that there's a couple things that are really important when it comes to finding a customizer for the job, so to speak. And one of those things is contact. You know, having him stay in contact, or her stay in contact and give you updates and let you know how things are going. And that's definitely checked off here. The ability to tolerance joints and not have a figure suffer from paint rub, that's checked off here. The ability to be creative, find the right pieces from different figures in order to make the right kind of Frankenstein monster for your custom, and that's checked off here. And giving the person that commissions the work an opportunity to chip in with ideas or pitch in with ideas and help and so forth, and that's checked off here as well. So I strongly recommend looking at this dude if you're considering getting some custom work done, because he really does do a pretty fantastic job. And, you know, customer service-wise, stays in touch with you every step of the way. So I want to thank Havoc Customz, thanks to Mayhem Customs, and thank you for listening, thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.